And a joy for me, of course, because I'm working for the first time with a proper orchestra. I mean, I don't mean we've had a bad orchestra in the theatre, but a big one, you know, which cats could often do with, and great excitement, it's new ground. The music's been re-recorded. It's been recorded from scratch for this production, and in places it has a much bigger orchestra than we had originally, like the Jellicle Ball or Memory, which is a great joy for me. But it's marvellous to have a chance of working now. Of course, it was 17 years old, and now we're able to work with some more recent electronic instruments and things. It's been great fun.
In order to be some kind of definitive Cats, this has musically become an amalgam of various versions of the show. One of the very points of Cats is that it's written in so many different musical styles.
We've been through the show and decided where it needs to be big, it's big. Where it needs to be small, it's small. Whereas before, where it needed to be big, it was as big as a 16-piece could be. But now, when it's big, it's a 90-piece. It's a big orchestra. Okay, let's start Memory. Is Sylvia down there? Have we checked we're okay for 15 minutes over time?
I have called.
If you ever run with a big orchestra, it's hugely expensive, so it's just organisation and making sure that when you start on the day, everything's right.
Memory.
And it's not always right. And you can overrun, but you try not to.
Andrew has total involvement in the project, and it's absolutely imperative that he does. Everybody can put their interpretive ideas into it, but they may not be relevant if that's not what the composer had in mind.
And we really have to look at this. The phrasing of the flute I thought I'd address, but it's completely wrong. It's not supposed to be in these, two-note phrases. It's da-do-do-do-do. It's not, just none of the poetry here remotely.
Okay.
And I need to hear what was the addressing of cats, if we can.
He has an uncanny knack of walking in and putting his finger on the problem. Annoyingly so, you may well have sat here for a couple of hours trying to work out why things aren't going the right way, and he'll come in and he'll say, what's the problem? And you tell him, and he'll put his finger straight on it, and you think, how did you know that?
And then that comes up, but it doesn't come up in proportion to everybody else. So in other words, they're mezzo forte, everybody else has got to forte here, and they kick forte there, and then they come off with a sforzando. I think we do that. Many generations do. Yeah. So they just crescendo up a little later. I think that'll be nice.